Hi guys, Lupa ILD here, and today is a bit of a weird episode. We've got the 5th episode of the Bristol Rovers career mode, and it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if two different files have joined together, because at the start you can see we've had a bit of transfer negotiation. There you see we have signed Waters and the Chow, but some really weird stuff happens because I was looking for players that I thought I had signed, and I think I must have not saved one, because in the last episode we played Sheffield United, and as you saw we got a 1-1 draw, but apparently at the end of this you'll see we lost 2-0, and I haven't got a clue why. So yeah, we've dropped a point and we end up 8th at the end of this episode. All there is one game against Crawley in the Checker Trade Trophy, I believe, and the rest is just transfers and then me showing you that is messed up. But it is quite a long video, bear in mind it's just one game. There's a lot of office work. Here you see we went in for Niall Mason, but he's on loan from Aston Villa, I believe. So I thought about the squad and I thought we need a bit more firepower. We could probably do with that little bit of finesse in midfield, maybe out wide. And there you see we go into it. That is the right table at this stage. 2 wins, 1 draw. I wanted a left back as we only have one left back, Lee Brown. So I was looking about. I do in fact end up going for Ollie Harfield, and I think Mason, because they're so pretty quick and I want to get young, quick left back. But there you see Checker Trade Trophy, Crawley Town away from home. We do in fact use our reserve team, you could call it, where we play Gu Chao in goal, right back we play, I believe, Clark Salter, left back Little, centre backs McChrystal and Clark. Then we'll go right mid Byron Moore, 2 centre mids Ollie Clark and Mansell, and then left mid Jake Goslin. Up front we'll play Rory Gaffney and Billy Waters, I believe we play, and Easter is our super sub for the game. Giving Gaffney his chance, I think he's going to do us well. Here you see Crawley Town got the ball, awful play. Billy Waters picks up on it, and then this is why I like the kid. A nice little skill down the line, crosses the ball beautifully into Rory Gaffney, plants that one home, 1-0. Crawley Town were up and down. Some parts of the game they were fired, they were all over us. This was pretty much from kick-off. We got very lucky with a few dodgy bounces, but they wanted it, they were hungry for it, and ended up putting 1-0. I don't even know how that went in, but somehow it did. And then in the second half, sorry about that. I thought it said first half then, and I was about to say that's quite confusing, but then in the 50th minute, they ended up scoring. A pretty lucky goal, both their goals you could say were possibly lucky. But then Harrison and Bowden came on, and these two were just controlling the game completely, and then in the 83rd minute, equaliser, 2-2, and the game actually ended like that. Now here you see we went back in some more office work. This video is really me just trying to get out. I don't know what has gone wrong, but we've dropped the point, all the cups, and when I said we had Manchester City, now apparently we have Swansea. I'm still going to do that as my live episode because I said I would, but it's not going to be as exciting. We really need to get past Swansea because I want to play a big boy now. To be given that opportunity to take the Bristol Rovers side, League One, to go to Man City, I really want to go to a really big game, even if that means we have to play in the final at Wembley. I need to play a big boy, and Swansea's not one of those. Here you see more transfers, looking for that left back. Started looking about, I think I ended up going for a right mid, that's it, from the Premier League. None were transfer listed, which was a bit of a shame, so I decided to just look for youngsters. Plenty here, Bray, Namane, Sane, who's way out of our price range, René Adelaide, who's probably way out, Sterling's way out, but a few players there that definitely are in our price range. I like this guy, bit of pace, hopefully he's going to be quite quick on the ball. We need to try and sign him because he looks pretty decent. I do in fact end up signing quite a few players, so make sure you stick around to the rest of the episode because we have 9 more minutes of nothing but office work. If you do just want to find out who we sign, do probably go to the last 5 minutes of the episode because it's not just the signings, but it's also the weird glitch that has happened to this career mode. Here it's just the Premier League players that are being sold by their clubs. quite a few that we could possibly sign, but no one that really stands out for me. So we go to Championship and we check down there. There are 2 players that stand out, and that is Curtis Good and Kadeem Harris. Pace, really good, flary player, good vibe to the squad if we could bring him in, but he's a Championship player and he probably does play for Cardiff as well. There you see a right mid from Preston, he looks decent, and Cal Roos was in fact on loan at Bristol Rovers recently in real life. And Curtis Good, solid centre half. I really do like playing with him on this game, so hopefully we can sign him. Then Jack McCreth, right mid, pretty pacey from, I think it was Bury, in our league as well, so maybe we could take him off Bury and he could do a bit of damage, make him regret it. Then we just started looking about, nothing really too much. I wasn't sure who to get, I had no players in mind, but I knew I wanted to sign people. There was Carl Bennett, left mid from Portsmouth. I do like him, he's a pretty decent player. I do like Portsmouth's defence as well, but I don't think I went in for anyone. I'm not too sure why. If you guys think I should sign a particular player, put that in the comment box and I'll make sure I search into him maybe in January, because I think by the end of this video the transfer window is closed. But here we went just looking about, advancing through the hours. 8 hours to go now, and we really do need to find some signings. We don't get everyone we've looked at there. Namane, 425,000, so I end up offering them a transfer fee of 250,000. Hopefully they accept that, because this guy would be brilliant to have at Bristol Rovers. Then next was Curtis Good. He is currently on the transfer list, so they may accept any offer we could put in. So we put in 200,000, he's worth 475, so hopefully they will agree with that. Next is Kadeem Harris, obviously not really playing at Cardiff as he's been asked to release. Same again as Good, but this says between 100 and 160,000. If we can pick him up for that, that would be an amazing buy. He's not even too high on the wages either, so that would be quite good. The Preston right mid is out of the equation as they're not looking to sell him. Cal Roos I thought might get him for 100,000. The Rovers fans at the ground hate him in real life, but on the game he's pretty good. I'm going to give it to him. Carl Bennett, 1.1 mil, so he's definitely out of the equation. Then Ollie Harfield has been accepted, so we're down to contracts with him. So that's, the transfer's gone out in a minute. Go back another hour, 7 hours to go. 5 more things coming in from the office. First one, Derby County, Cal Roos, that's a no, so we can't sign him. Then Kadeem Harris, £100,000 transfer has been accepted. Hopefully we can sign up this guy nice and quickly. Curtis Good can't accept, they believe the player is worth more. I really like Good, so hopefully we can sign him. He's a decent, quick, strong centre half. I know his stats aren't very quick, but he feels quick in the game, so hopefully we can pick him up. £335,000 is what we go in for. And then after him it's Man City with Namane saying they want 425,000. So we bump it up a little bit to £375,000 bid. Hopefully they'll come back and say that's enough. There's only 50,000 off. Here, Ollie Harfield, I need to understand the role. What is going on? This is why I'm so confused, because everything is all over the place. We did in fact get that accepted, which is really confusing because now it's saying that Derek Kadeem Harris accepted, we have signed him. But yeah, a lot of the transfers, I think the two have come together and messed up. There we see we do in fact sign Ollie Harfield for £100,000, which is a nice little signing. And then Namane has been accepted for £375,000, so that's pretty good. An 18-year-old, if we can get the right wage budget to sign him, that would be good, because I do also want Curtis Good. We might not be able to get both, this is a big problem. There, they say they want £625,000, we haven't got enough for that. I do want to keep a bit of transfer budget to January, so we offered 425,000, quite a bit away, and now we're halfway through the last 10 hours, 5 hours to go. 2 more office replies. One of them is Curtis Good has been accepted, 425,000, but he's on a very high wage, so hopefully we can cut into that £900,000 transfer fee. There, Namani says he wants to know what role he'll have at the club, so I put squad rotation player, because Billy Bowden is my main man and it's going to take a lot of doing to beat him for the first team lineup spot. Namani's going to have to prove himself because Billy Bowden is on fire at the moment. There you see, 4 hours to go. You've got Koulibaly, Martinez and Aubameyang going for over 25 million each. That's crazy. We're far from that. Curtis Good has been rejected. I believe he wanted to know what position he'll have at the club, what squad role he'll have. So we put squad rotation player for him because Peter Hartley and Tom Lockyer do the job. There, we signed Nemane, so we have £900,000 and 1.9 wage budget. Hopefully that is enough for Curtis Good. If not, that'll be very, very disappointing. Here you see we do actually go into looking at our budget, try and thick the finances about a bit to see if this deal is doable. 425 grand we can go to, and we need to be at 7.9. Yes, it is doable by just a few £100,000, but we might have to give him bigger wage for him to come at the club for a lower squad role. There you see 3 hours to go, and we do in fact get a reply. They want to have a bigger squad role again. So at this point I'm thinking, what do I do? I'm going to have to offer him a first team player, and hopefully he will accept that. And there, that's really our last signing that we're going to make. Just 2 hours left to go. Curtis Good replies and he's accepted. So that's our 4th or 5th sign in the career mode. I'm not quite sure, and we've still got a little bit of funds maybe to bring in one player after a few tournaments. Maybe if we do progress far in the EFL Cup, we will get a few bit of budget to sign some players in January. There you see Curtis Good, Kadeem Harris, Ollie Harfield, Billy Waters, Gu Chow and Nemane, and I think there was one other. There you see the bench, so we're going to have to play about with that in the next episode before our next game. And coming up now is the bit where everything falls apart. For some strange reason, I do think two career modes fell together, and I'm not too sure why. As you can see, the transfer window ends, and then we go on to the bit about losing to Sheffield United when we actually got a draw with them. So I'm not too sure what was going on, but here it is. Here's the clip. Last minute of the video. There in the office is our youth system, which hopefully we can bring in a few good players this season. But I go into season and I go into the calendar. There you see we have Swansea instead of Man City, which has changed. And in the Sheffield United game, it claims we ended up losing 2-0 when in the last episode we drew at 1-0. So that's actually lost us a point, which has taken us down I think around 4 places in the league. The Crawley 2-2 draw is there, so that's where it gets a little bit confusing. I'm not too sure what's going on there. And then this is the big bit. Swansea away instead of Manchester City. That's a big loss, because we probably could have taken a bit of financial money playing away to Manchester City. So now we need to beat Swansea. That will be a huge game and hopefully get a big boy in the next round. There you see we're 9th in the league after losing that point, but it is tight up there, and hopefully in the next episode we can win 2 or 3 games and get straight back into those playoff spots. I'm going to sign out here. I know it's been a bit of a dodgy episode, but I'm sure we'll overcome it. This has been Lupat ILD. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.